Hi everyone, John Cottrell here, and this is Power Hour. This is a 60-minute power vinyasa yoga practice. That means we're going to be moving and flowing with our bodies, accompanied by breath. That's right. So for this practice, what I was thinking about as far as our theme and intention is uplifting. That's our theme for today, uplifting, looking up. And I'm actually borrowing this idea and concept from actually a classical style of practicing yoga, which is called Ashtanga. Power yoga, which is what we'll be doing today, power yoga is like the child of Ashtanga. And one of the things that you'll experience in an Ashtanga class is that along with the extensions and openings and very challenging postures is that their gazing or their drishti is often upward. And I like to think of the Ashtanga practice as an uplifting practice. And so I thought we'd bring that into this class today too. So we'll be looking up. Alrighty, so for our prompts today, nothing too major. All we'll need, just a couple of yoga blocks. Now, you may not need yoga blocks, but sometimes they're just nice to use just to bring in an object that's firm, solid, that actually kind of brings the floor a little bit closer to you. And that you might want to place your hand on just to bring the floor a little closer to you. It can help with balance, things like that. And I think that's about it. But if you'd like to use any other props like a strap or a towel or a blanket, anything like that, go ahead and grab those along with a little hand towel and some bottled water, and we're ready to go. So let's go ahead and start in mountain pose. So I'd like for you to stand with your feet about hip distance apart and your toes pointing forward, just to create a nice solid foundation for ourselves as we begin our practice together. We're going to start with breath. And this is really the foundation of our practice, and it's a nice way to tune into our theme for today, which is uplifting. First, just get reacquainted with your breath by taking some deep breaths, just nice full breaths in, and exhale completely. Do that a few more times. Nice audible breaths. You might even feel like your shoulders lift and then they drop, just to really get into your own breathing. And then just settle in. Find stillness and a nice deep connection with self as you arrive in the moment. And continue with slow, steady breaths here. You can do this with your eyes open, just gazing forward, even down at the ground. You can do this with your eyes closed, so you can really internalize and move inward. Nice. Continue with this sensation, feeling your breath as it moves through your body, and breathing in a way that you can hear your breath. And if you can't hear your breath, just turn up the volume of your breath a little bit. Now that we've established this connection, let's move right into our intention, uplifting. And we can start with the stillness of the body and the movement of the breath. In power yoga, we use ujjayi breathing, which translates to victorious breath. And I also translate that as uplifting breath. So you want to imagine that your breath lies in your belly. Just imagine your breath just sits in your belly. And when you inhale, there's an effort of pulling that breath out of the belly, letting it rise up and expand your lungs. You want to keep that uplifting sensation by creating the abdominal lock, and that's when we exhale. So we draw the navel inward towards spine, engaging the abdominal muscles. And it keeps you strong and steady here, but it keeps that uplifting sensation. Although you're exhaling, you don't want to feel like that breath drops back down. So let's try that again. When you inhale, feel everything rising, filling up and expanding the lungs, and just feel light, feel uplifted. Create the abdominal lock as you exhale, engaging the abdominal muscles, drawing your navel inward towards your spine. Do that a few more times. So already establishing this uplifting connection even without moving. Very nice. Go ahead and take 3 more breaths here as we now prepare our bodies to move. Another obvious way of expressing a sense of being uplifted is extending the arms overhead. And we'll do that now as we move into extended mountain pose. Here we go. Inhale, extend your arms out and up. And go ahead and look up. Turn your gaze upward. And exhale, bring your arms down, folding forward, a good hinge at the hips, bending your knees as much as you need to protect your back as you make your way down, perhaps touching the ground or your toes, or even just your shins. Inhale, slide your hands up the legs, maybe to your knees or thighs, and extend your spine so you're flat like a table, parallel to the ground. Then exhale, fold again, right back down we go. Let's hold here for a few breaths. And this might feel like or seem like kind of an opposite of that uplifting sensation, since we're bowing, we're touching the ground, or feeling gravity drawing us downward. And maybe this can represent when you may not feel too uplifted, when you feel down and heavy rather than light and lifted. So let's get ready to change that sensation. Go ahead and shift your weight back into your heels, bend your knees, feel like your hips are coming down into a low chair. Look forward. This should re-extend your spine. Extend your arms out to the side like you're spreading your wings, taking flight. As you rise up, reach up into the air. Big stretch. Reach for the ceiling there. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, bring your arms back down by your side. Very nice. Stay here in stillness. Do one more breath here and just reconnect with the breath. Breathing in, filling up your lungs, that nice expansiveness, lightness, feeling tall. Exhale, keep that uplifting sensation of breath, but draw navel inward towards spine, engage in the abdominal muscles. All right, let's do that half salute to the sun one more time. Here we go. Inhale, reach out, reach up, and look up. Past your fingertips. Exhale, leading with your heart, fold forward. Soft knees if you like, making your way down carefully. Go at your own pace. All the way down. Inhale, let's rise up halfway, extending your spine. Feel the top of your head lead you forward. Exhale, back down to that heaviness, that forward fold, deep forward bend. Feel the heaviness here. Let's return to lightness. Start by shifting weight back into the heels. Bend your knees. Look forward. Spread your wings. Drive heels into the floor. Straighten the legs as you stand up tall. Reach up into the sky. Look up again past fingertips. Exhale, look forward, and bring your arms back down by your side. Very nice. Hold here. Take a couple of breaths. We're just going to add on to our sequence, just moving through our sun salutation. Each time we have our arms up, I'll try to remind you to look up as well. Here we go. Inhale, reach into the sky, look up past fingertips. Exhale, lead with your heart as you fold forward. Take your time, making your way down. Inhale, slide your hands up the legs to extend your spine. Now, you don't necessarily need to come parallel to the floor. Just extend and lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, let your back round. So you can bring your hands to the floor, stepping or walking or even hopping both of your feet back to the back end of your mat until you're in plank pose, a high push-up position. Take a breath in right here, still feeling breath rise up to fill up your lungs. Exhale, bend elbows, squeeze them in towards your ribs as you lower your body in a straight line down towards the ground. Come to the tops of the feet, pull forward with using your hands, and then push down using your hands to straighten your arms. Look forward, opening your heart. Upward facing dog. As you exhale, tuck your toes under, lifting your knees, then hips into the air, downward facing dog. Let's settle in for a moment here. Now, even though we're kind of in this forward fold style of a posture, head is going down, hands are on the floor here, this still could be thought of as an uplifting sensation. Since your hips are the highest point, let them feel light. You might even rise up a little higher on your tiptoes. Feel as if you're being drawn up towards the sky with your hips. But you're also grounded here too, hands pressing firmly into the mat. Let's breathe in. As you exhale, walk, step, or hop, both feet returning to the top of the mat. Let's inhale to extend spine, either parallel to the floor or just extended at an angle. Exhale, fold. Weight shift into your heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Come all the way up, reach up, look up into the sky. And exhale, take chair pose. You can bring your head and neck back to neutral, but move right into chair pose as we continue this flow. Breathe in, reaching out through your arms. Exhale, dive out of your seat, returning downward towards toes, forward fold. Inhale, lifting up halfway, or just extend the spine so the back feels flat and long. Exhale, bend your knees around your spine, hands to the floor. Walk, step, or hop both feet back into plank pose. Breathe in. Exhale, bend elbows. Squeeze them in towards ribs. Lower your body down in a straight line. Chaturanga Dandasana. Pull forward, and then push your way up into upward facing dog. Nice long legs, pointed toes behind you. Exhale, tuck toes, lift knees, then hips into the air, downward facing dog. When you make that transition from up dog to down dog, feel as if someone is holding on to your hips or there was a string attached to your hips and just being led with ease into the air. Continue with your lunges. Inhale, extend right leg up behind you. Reach long. There's an uplifting feeling, reaching through your foot. Exhale, let's step the right foot to the top of the mat or near right hand. Turn left heel to the floor, shifting your weight back into that foot so you feel grounded, balanced. Extend torso nice and long out over your front thigh. Spread your wings, arms out to the side. As you hinge up, reach up, look up. Inhale. Then exhale, fold. Bring the hands back down to the floor in front. Let's step right foot back, plank pose, bend elbows, lower your way down. Just a nice continuous flow here. Inhale, upward facing dog. This could also be a low cobra if you prefer. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, that lightness of hips just floating into the air. Other side. Inhale, extend left leg up, reaching, lengthening, uplifting. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel plants into the floor. Feel grounded and connected. Long spine, long torso out over front thigh. Spread your wings. Reach out, reach up, look up. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, fold, hinge. Bring hands back down to the ground. Plant them firmly. Slide or step left foot back. Complete your sequence. Come down. Inhale into your back bend, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feel that lightness, hips. Even though there is a stopping point with the hips, just feel as if they're just going to continue rising up into the air. Okay, we're going to go down to the ground now. Go ahead and kneel down gently. Take a seat back briefly in hero. Take a seat. Make sure you're sitting in the center of your mat. And then go ahead and roll down onto your back. I'm just going to adjust my mat. We're going to move into bridge pose. That's our back bend. So you're going to lie down with your knees bent, feet flat on the ground. Take a few moments and a few breaths as you make this connection to the ground. Let everything settle, feel relaxed here for a few moments. Return to that uplifting breath, Ujjayi, uplifting or victorious breath. That's the direct translation. Sometimes I like to call it vibrant breath or uplifting breath. So as you inhale now, bring breath high enough to fill up your lungs. Exhale, empty your belly. Engage your core muscles. And then with that engagement, feel the hips float up into the air. That floating sensation. And you may feel a kind of a natural stopping point when you lift. And let's just see if we can go up a little higher. What I tend to do here is rock the upper body left and right a few times to get my arms and shoulders underneath me. Kind of building a stronger base. It opens the chest a little bit more. And if I bend my elbows here and press the arms down into the floor, I find that I can lift the hips a little higher. So check in to see if that's available to you as well. Not that you have to, but you can just explore. Deep breath here. Same engagement with that Ujjayi breathing. The breath is rising to fill up your lungs. You're exhaling to engage your core center. 2 more breaths. And then just wiggle your toes forward, just making space so we can get out of this pose safely. Then extend your arms up into the air. That should get the shoulders out from underneath you. And then slowly, carefully roll your way back down to the ground. Make that connection. From there, draw knees to chest. Hold for a moment, little hug. Begin to rock forward and back gently. Re-engage your breathing. With a good exhale, core engaged, rock your way up to seated so we can come to boat pose. You want to make sure you have a nicely extended spine. Keep that extension. Again, that nice uplifting feeling. And then lean back. As you lean back, you might be able to float your feet up into the air like so. Now, the knees can stay bent, that's fine. I tend to do that myself. But you can also extend the legs, even point your toes here. Keep the spine long. Just be aware of your chin dropped here. It kind of breaks the straight line. You just want to lift the chin so the neck is in the same alignment as the rest of the spine if you happen to be here. 2 more breaths. Core engagement as you exhale. Let's move on this next one. Inhale first. Exhale, cross legs. Roll forward. Get your hands in front of your cross legs. Hop or step back, plank pose. Strong straight line. Hold. Let's take a shortcut to down dog. Just bend your knees a little. Send your hips into the air. And there we are. Downward facing dog. Hips just floating away. Let's inhale, extend right leg up. Reach and hold. Again, just feel like this leg is just going to float away. Reaching. Let's bend the knee here. Bring the heel down towards your backside, and then see if the knee can now float up into the air. It'll have a natural stopping point, which creates a mild twist in the spine and opens the hips. Inhale here. Exhale, unwind it, step through. Right foot up near right hand, left heel turns to the floor behind you. Feel grounded and balanced. Extend torso out over thigh. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. In the exhale, turn torso towards the left side of the room as you bring your arms down to parallel. Warrior 2. I like to take my feet out a little wider so I can lunge a little deeper. I just feel more settled and balanced and strong here. Good energy through the hands as you reach across the room. Now, side angle pose. Reaching out as if you're going to reach for something with your right hand out in front there, which angles the whole upper body. And then rotate your arms like so. Right arm resting on the inner right thigh. That's where I tend to go. And the left hand reaching into the air. Now, if the feet were a little bit farther apart, you might be able to go a little lower, which you're welcome to do. That's when your blocks can come in handy. Just bring your blocks around to the inside. Place your fingertips or your palm on your stacked blocks if you'd like to. Okay, another thing about uplifting, I talked about drishti or dristi. It's where you look. In this pose, particularly in Ashtanga, you might turn your head or your gaze upward. So let's go ahead and do that for a breath or two here in our side angle pose. Let's breathe in. Exhale, turn to look down. Turn your whole body towards the floor. Fold, bring hands to the ground. Let's step back. Plank pose, strong straight line. It's also a nice way to realign the body after working that one side. Take a shortcut now to downward facing dog. Hips nice and high, floating away. Inhale, extend left leg into the air. Just feel like it's going to float away. Bend your knee, bring heel down towards backside. Now you might flex the foot here. It just keeps the leg strong and engaged here, but it can still have some lightness. Feel the knee lift, opening up through the hips. Mild rotation in the spine. Breathe in. Exhale, unwind so you can step through. Left foot to the top. Landing lightly perhaps. Right heel plants into the floor. Extend torso out over front thigh. Rise up, hinge from hips. Reach out, spread your wings, reach up, look up. That's your gaze upward. Exhale, now turn torso towards the right side of the room, bringing arms down to parallel out over your legs. Make some adjustments as you'd like. Feel the energetic position of Warrior 2. And then side angle. Follow the left arm forward to angle the upper half of the body. Rotate the arms. Once again, you're welcome to go much lower than I am at the moment. If this left hand can touch the ground or your stacked blocks, go for it. And let's turn our gaze, our drishti, upward, past right hand. It's also a nice neck stretch too. Now imagine, you might be looking at your fingertips, you might even be looking at the ceiling. But imagine you're looking past those objects. What's beyond? Breathe in. Exhale to turn your head to look down. Turn your body facing downward. Fold, bring your hands to the floor. Step back, plank pose. Realign the body in plank. Shortcut to down dog. Bend your knees, lift your hips into the air. Take a nice full breath in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale to extend spine with a fold. Weights in the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Reaching up, look up, extended mountain pose. Exhale, look forward, arms down by your side. There we are. Good. Alrighty, let's go into tree pose. Tree pose, obviously a balancing posture. Arms are in the air. And we're going to play with focus here. In tree pose, we typically look forward. Okay, but we're going to play with our gaze. Okay? So find your mountain pose, steady and strong on 2 feet. Start shifting your weight over to right foot. Plant the right foot into the floor. Stand nice and tall. Inhale. Feel the breath rising. Fill up your lungs. Keep that uplifting sensation. Exhale, draw belly in to engage. Ready for balance. Peeling left foot away from the floor, lifting it, flex the foot, keeping it strong. Swing the knee out to the side here and placing foot on the inside of your standing leg. There's our balance. Finding something perhaps to focus on out in front of you, or just drop your eyes towards the floor. Let's inhale. Take just the arms up into the air. Keep your gaze forward. Reach up. Feel light. Feel lifted. Reach higher. Now, this is going to be a test of our balance. Slowly start to tip your head up to look up. That's quite a challenge, especially when you're balancing on one foot. Now look forward again. Keep your arms in the air. Let's swing the left knee forward. Lift your knee with the flexed foot. Strong body. See if you can lift a little higher and then set the foot down, arms down by your side. And then maybe shake out the shoulders. Now, you may not have noticed when I was bringing my head back down and looking forward, I did lose my centering and needed to step out. That's perfectly fine. And then I just step back into the pose. That might happen for you too, okay? Perfectly normal. All right, mountain pose, feeling strong and secure. When you're ready, start shifting weight over into your left foot, root down. Feel that connection to the ground, but then we have that lightness. The inhale, fill up the lungs, lengthen spine, feel light. Exhale, lock it, navel to spine. Then peel right foot off the floor, flexing the foot to keep the leg strong. Maybe thighs parallel to the ground here. Swing the knee out, step, or place the foot on the inside of your standing leg. I always default at my calf. Finding something to focus on out in front of you. Inhale, let's float the arms up, reach up. Once they're up, keep reaching. Feel lifted, like your torso just got longer. Arms got longer. Energy through your fingertips. Take a breath or two so you can really settle in. Challenging ourselves now by slowly tipping your head up to look up. You can really feel the working foot rooted into the ground, helping you to maintain the balance. Slowly bringing your gaze forward again. Once again, I stepped out of the pose. I'm just going to step back into the pose. That's certainly a challenge for the body. Keep the arms extended. Let's swing the right knee forward, lifting the knee with the flexed foot. Reach up with the arms higher, and then set the foot down, arms down by your side. Shake all that out. Good job. All right, let's keep it moving. Back to our mountain pose. Ready for another sun salute. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, lead with heart, swan dive. Just like a bird coming down. Inhale, monkey pose, or that extended spine, flat back. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to the floor. Hop or step back. Plank, come on down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keep it moving when you're ready. Inhale, extend right leg up. Bend the knee, lift the knee. Feel like the knee is just going to float away, opening up the hip. As we exhale, let's unwind it, step through. Landing at the top of the mat. Left heel plants firmly into the ground. Long torso. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. Exhale, opening warrior two. We're going to change something here. First, I'm going to adjust my feet. I like to go wider here. Lunge deeper. Here's warrior two. Now follow me. Reach out. Follow the right arm forward. Keep the right arm here. Turn right palm up, but keep the arm there. Bring the left arm up and over, like so. Reaching at this angle in this V shape with the arms. I just call this victorious warrior. Victorious, vibrant, uplifting. And you might even imagine like you're holding like a beach ball, or like you're the atlas holding onto the world, the globe, and you're looking at it or past it. Breathe in. Exhale, turn carefully. Let's bring hands to the floor. Step back, plank pose. Bend elbows, lower your way down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Settle in. Realign, breathe. Hips still floating into the air. Other side, inhale, extend left leg up. Bend and twist open. Knee just floats away. Unwind it as you exhale, step through. Left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel plants firmly into the floor. Long torso. Inhale, spread your wings. Rise up, reach up, look up. Exhale, opening warrior two. Settle in. Warrior two. Moving into our victorious warrior. Reach out, left arm. Keep left arm there. Turn left palm up towards the sky. Bring the right arm up and over until you form this V shape with the arms. Reach and extend at this angle. And then look past your globe. Inhale. Exhale, turning carefully. Bring hands down to the ground. Let's step back. Plank pose. Finish the flow, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a nice full breath in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop. I'm adding a hop here. Inhale, extend spine. Exhale, fold. Weights in the heels, bend your knees. Reverse your swan dive, spread your wings. Reach out, reach up into the air, look up. Exhale, arms down by your side. Good. Alrighty. Let's add on. I just want to say something about those transitions from like downward facing dog or plank pose, let me see. Or from forward fold to plank pose. When I sometimes say step or walk or hop back. So since we're talking about uplifting, you might want to try those hops. It's in a way you're kind of hopping up in the air, but the legs need to extend so your feet reach the back end of the mat. Same thing when you return from down dog up to forward fold. You have to bend the knees and kind of hop. Let the hips float up so the feet can come forward to the top of the mat. I'll do it a few times. I may not do it every time, and you have that same permission. Okay? All right, let's get our blocks because we're going to need that for our next little bit. So if you've got a couple of blocks or books, place them at the top of your mat here. Very handy. Okay, let's return to mountain pose. Here we go. Inhale, reach out, reach up, look up. Exhale, lead with heart, fold forward. Inhale, extend spine. See those blocks? As you fold, just bring your hands down to the blocks. You might need to bring them in onto the mat. That's fine. So they're right underneath you. So you can just kind of put your hands right on the blocks and kind of lean into them and just let your body use the blocks as a resource of balance. Keep the knees pretty soft here. Start shifting your weight into your right foot. Okay? Take a breath in. Exhale at the back, round a little bit more while you're in this pose, pulling belly button up towards spine to engage your belly, locking it. Okay, that's a way of supporting the body. Then pick up your left foot and extend the left leg straight back towards the wall behind you, reaching through your toes. Now we're going to rely less on the blocks by shifting my body weight back a little bit so I can rise up to fingertips so I feel lighter on my fingers, reaching more through this left leg. We're going to play with this a little bit more. Now, you're welcome to keep your fingertips on the blocks, but if you can, keep at least one hand, it doesn't matter which, keep one hand on the blocks while your other hand comes to thigh, this right thigh. And that might even help you to stabilize. Stay there, or bring both hands to thigh. Okay, so one hand on the block, one hand on thigh, or both hands on blocks, or both hands on thigh. Here's another added piece. Extend one arm forward, reaching, while the other hand stays on block or thigh. All these variations. Or extend both arms forward. This is a warrior 3. Now bring both hands back down to the blocks. Bend the left knee, bring left knee in towards chest, rounding the spine. Plant the foot down into the ground. Fold, and just hold that heaviness for a moment. Okay, we're just going to do the other side. All right, just extend the whole upper body just a little bit so you're not so much in a deep fold. Soften the knees. Put weight or shift your body weight into left foot. Round your spine on the exhale, pulling belly button up towards spine to engage and support. Pick up right foot. Extend your right leg straight back, reach through your toes. Extending. Now you're probably leaning forward because you're relying a lot on the blocks to balance. Just shift your weight back a little bit so you can rise up to fingertips on the blocks. That's going to lift you up a little bit. Really reach through that back leg. Stay like this, or bring one hand to your thigh, or both hands to your thigh. One arm forward, or both arms forward. Any variation of warrior 3. Then bring hands back down to the blocks. Bend the right knee, bring it in towards chest to create that roundedness again. Set foot on the floor, balance on 2 feet. Find the nice heaviness and weighted forward fold. I'm just moving the blocks forward a little bit. Let's stand. Weight shift into the heels. Bend your knees. Look forward. Spread your wings. Inhale, rise up. Reach up into the air. Good. Exhale, arms down by your side. Excellent. Hold here for a moment. So that's a pretty challenging balancing act, warrior 3, but there's a lot of variations. Your hands can stay on the floor, your blocks, your leg, or extend the arms forward, okay? Mountain pose. Take a breath or two. Let's just reconnect to what we did earlier at the beginning of our practice. Bringing breath up to lungs, exhale, engage belly. Here we go. Inhale, reach into the sky. Exhale, swan dive. Bend your knees. Touch the ground perhaps. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to the floor. Here's where you might bend the knees and hop. Both feet back, plank pose. Come right down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, extend right leg up, bend and twist open. Exhale, unwind, step through, right foot to the top of the mat, left heel plants down behind you. Inhale, float your way up, reach up, go ahead and look up. Exhale, opening warrior 2. Settle in quickly. Victorious warrior, reaching out, angled upper body. Keep right hand here, just turn right palm up. Left hand reaching up and over. Extend, reaching. Now even imagine, again, maybe you're holding onto that globe. You know, just that thought of you've got the world in your hands. Breathe in. Okay, we're adding something here. As we exhale, we're turning. We're bringing left hand to the ground. You might even bring in a block. Okay, just place the hand on the block. Rise up onto your tiptoes behind you. Just swivel. Just be on the toes. Heel is lifted. So you're kind of in this lunge, extending outward through the spine. Extend your right arm out to the right side like a wing on a plane or a bird. And then just keep revolving or twisting your whole torso towards the right side of the room while the right hand reaches towards the sky. And if you can, turn your gaze up past your fingertips, past the ceiling, to beyond. Turn your gaze downward. Look at the ground. Keep your arm lifted. Gently bring left knee to the ground. I'm just going to move my block out of the way here. I'm taking both arms, reaching both arms forward to help hinge and rise up until I'm in this position here. Reaching up in this lunge, and then look up. Stay in this position. Tuck toes behind you. With an exhale, Strong engagement of the body. Lift your knee, lift your whole body until we're in this high lunge position. Look forward. Drop your arms out to the side like airplane wings. Hinge forward with your upper body. Okay? We're going to push through that back leg and foot. Push to fly and balance on right foot. Now the hands can come down to the blocks in front of you, to your thigh, or forward for warrior 3. We're going to rise up, standing up. As you're hinging from hips, arms are going up into the air. Left foot just lands next to the right foot. Reaching up, look up. Exhale, swan dive. Now we added a whole lot of new things there. Let's just repeat the other side. Inhale, monkey pose or extended spine. Exhale, hands to the floor. If you can, hop back. Plank, come right down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, extend left leg into the air. Bend and twist open. Feel the knee lifting and floating away. Exhale, unwind, step through. Left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel turns, planted into the ground. Solid, balanced, extended torso, hinge from hips. Rising up, reaching up, look up, warrior 1. Exhale, opening warrior 2. Settle in. Victorious warrior, reach out. Left hand stays here, but left palm reaches up towards the sky. Right hand comes up and over. Grab the world in your hands and reach and look. Take a breath. Inhale here. We're going to go for that twist. Exhale, turn to bring the right hand down to the floor. Rise up onto your tiptoes behind you. Left arm out to the left side, just to align the body. And then to continue turning your torso towards the left side of the room. If you can, reach up for the ceiling and look up past the ceiling. Now look down. Left hand still reaching up, but set the right knee onto the floor. Flatten that foot. You're just going to drop this left arm from behind. Just bring it down and then forward. Let the right arm meet it. Okay, it's just this big circle. Can you see me? So this was here, dropping the arm down behind, forward, and it meets the other arm and reaches up. Look up until we're in our high lunge on the knee. Tuck toes with a good exhale, lift. High lunge here. Bring your arms down to parallel like wings. Look forward, hinge, body at 45 degrees. Using that back leg to push, launch right into the balance of warrior 3. Choose the variation that you want. So left foot is on the floor, right foot reaching back behind you. This hinge from your center, rising up, both arms up into the air, and then that right foot is like a pendulum. Bring the right foot down to the ground, reach up, look up, exhale, both arms down by your side. Alrighty. So that's basically our sequence. So just a series of flying and floating movements, reaching up, looking up, changing your gaze. We even have that added twist in there. Okay? Lots of movement with the arms, big circles with the arms just to get into our shoulders. All right, grab a sip of water. We're going to do that sequence again. Just adjusting my mat. Get your blocks ready up front. Okay, so you can do your warrior 3 if you need the blocks out in front there. All right, find your mountain pose. Find that uplifted sensation through body and breath before you start moving. Here we go, let's flow. Inhale, reach out and up, look up. Exhale, lead with heart, fold forward. Take your own time here. Move at your own pace. Inhale, extended spine. Exhale, hands to the floor. Perhaps hop both feet back. Plank, come down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Continue moving at your own pace. Inhale, extend right leg up. Bend and twist open. Exhale, unwind, step through. Right foot to the top of the mat, left heel plants. Extended spine. Inhale, warrior 1, reach up, look up. Exhale, open it to warrior 2, settle in. Victorious warrior, reach out. Left arm comes up and over. Grab that beach ball or holding the world in your hands, looking up past and away. Inhale. Exhale. Left hand comes to the floor. Right arm off to the right side. Rise up onto tiptoes behind you. Gently set the left knee down. Actually, no, keep it up, but rotate, revolve. You can set left knee down. Look down. Right arm comes down from behind, squaring out the hips. Left arm meets it, rise up, reach up, look up. Hold, tuck toes behind you with an exhale. Lift, uplifting, reaching up into the air. Arms come down to parallel, look forward, hinge at 45 degrees. Launch yourself forward into your Warrior 3 variation. Standing up. As the arms and torso come up, left foot comes down to the ground. Once they're planted, reach up, look up, exhale, swan dive. Ready for the other side. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, hands to the floor. See if you can hop back. Come down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg into the air, bend and twist. Unwind, step through, left foot to the top of the mat, right heel plants. Extended spine. Rise up, reach up, look up. Warrior 2. Victorious warrior, reach out. Arm comes up and over, grab the beach ball. Extend, reach, and look. Inhale. Exhale, unwind. Right hand comes to the floor. Onto tiptoes. Bring right knee down. Left arm out to the side. Revolve. Dropping the left hand down behind you. Reach forward. Both arms. Rise up. Look up. Tuck toes. Rise up. Inhale. Exhale, fly, launch forward to your Warrior 3 variation. Now we are going to go through the sequence again, just really making it flow. Just add your own finesse. Rising up. Extended mountain, both feet on the floor, arms in the air, reach up, look up, let's continue. Swan dive, exhale. Monkey. Exhale, hands to the floor, hop back, just bend the knees, hop back, come down. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Still going at your own pace. Inhale, right leg up, bend and twist open. Exhale, unwind, step through, landing. Left heel plants into the floor, balanced. Torso long. Inhale, rise up, look up, Warrior 1. Exhale, Warrior 2. Victorious warrior. Get that V shape. Look up past hands. Revolve. Left hand comes to the floor. That left knee can stay lifted. Right arm off to the right side. Revolve. Right there. Reach. Now we can bring that left knee down. Circle the arm. Both arms up. Look up. Tuck toes. Lift. Uplifting. Fly. Warrior 3. Extended mountain. One more side. Inhale. Reach up. Look up. Exhale. Swan dive. Monkey. Exhale. Plant the hands. Hop back. Plank. Come down. Inhale, lift, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're flowing, we're flying. Left leg up into the air, bend and twist. Feeling this lightness in the body, feeling uplifted. Exhale, step through. Left foot to the top of the mat. Plant heel down behind you. Extended spine, rise up, reach up, look up. Open, Warrior 2, flowing. Victorious warrior. V-shaped arm, look past the hands. Inhale. Exhale, turn, right hand to the floor. Rise up onto tiptoes behind you. Twist. Look up past left hand. Bring right knee down. Circle that left arm. Meet up with the right. Rise up, reach up, look up. Tuck toes behind you. Exhale, lift. Uplifting. Fly away. Warrior 3. Extended mountain. Plant both feet on the floor. Reach up, look up, find that balance. Swan dive. That is it. We're not doing it again. Inhale, monkey. We're just going to make our way down to the ground. Exhale, fold. Walk, step, or hop. Both feet back. Plank pose. Hold here. Plank. Take a shortcut to down dog. Let's take a little break here. Come down to the ground. Bring the knees down. Hands and knees. Take the knees wide if you'd like, because we're sitting back into child's pose. So all that flight, all that uplifting, now we have the opportunity to ground ourselves again. Reconnect to the earth. Find your breath, because you may be a bit out of breath, because I know I am. So find that ujjayi breathing, that victorious breath, even though we're in a resting state. Because what's interesting about ujjayi, although it's called victorious breath, and it does give us energy and power to move, but if you're able to breathe slowly and deeply, taking these long breaths, it has a calming effect, this grounding effect. So see if you can tap into that energy. Three more breaths here. Take your time. And then moving in slow motion from your child's pose. Use your hands to help lift yourself up, just your upper body, and just sit briefly in hero pose. Another powerful position. And then slide off the heels, sit on the ground. Swing the legs out front. Sit in the center of your mat. And go ahead and lie down onto your back. This time, hug both knees into chest. Treat this as a nurturing position and some movements here if that feels good. I like to create small circles, one direction and then the other, as a way to massage the low back. And since the feet are free here, I like to circle ankles. Again, just kind of experiment and explore what your body might want to do. I'm just providing some ideas and suggestions, not that you have to do exactly what I'm doing, but really listen to your own body and respond appropriately. Maybe just want to hold still. Maybe you want to set your feet down and just rest. Come back to center, still hugging knees in towards body. And we're going to extend the legs up into the air, another uplifting sensation. We did a lot of reaching the arms up into the air. Now let's let the legs do this at the same time. Now you certainly balanced on one foot and had a leg extending out behind you in Warrior 3 and our one-legged down dog. But now both feet up into the air. And if you need extra support, just hold on to the legs. And it's okay if the knees need to bend here, if you need to bend them as you extend the legs into the air. Maybe a little bit more freedom in the feet, so wiggle your toes, flex your feet, point, circles, whatever feels good. If you want to go a little further, you certainly can take this to shoulder stand if you wanted to, or just getting the hips up off the ground, extending the whole upper body into the air. But this is fine here too, since we're working our way towards relaxation and you don't want to re-engage the body again, that's fine. Just extend the legs up. And if they get a little tired, just bend the knees, keep a slight bend in the knees, or when you feel complete, just bend the knees and just bring the feet back down to the ground. And just rest there for a moment, let everything settle. And then choose a hip opener. I want to start with happy baby pose. So I'm going to bring both knees in, take them wide, take feet up with knees bent, reach up with the hands and grab hold of the bottoms of the feet with my hands. And then there I am in my hip opener. So you can do happy baby pose, you can do reclining cobbler's pose. One version is to, I'll just do it. You can bring the soles of the feet together like this, holding onto the feet, okay, in the air like this, and just gently send the heels down towards your pelvis, okay? And then gently push or move your knees or legs forward, like a butterfly, like butterfly wings opening up. Okay, while you're just holding on to the feet, and that's another nice hip opener as well. And another version of this, of course, is to keep the soles of the feet touching, but just set the feet onto the ground, and it brings everything down. And it's actually, at least for me, a little bit more relaxing. Okay, so you've got some variations of a hip opener here as we continue to move towards our final relaxation. Take another moment to check in with your breath. Maybe you're not so much out of breath, but took advantage of that calming effect of Ujjayi. Slow, deep breaths. Take 2 more. And go ahead and hug your knees back in towards chest. Let's take a twist. Let's take both knees over to the left side as you extend the right arm out to the right side. Now, although you're lying down, you can still create an uplifting sensation with this without adding too much effort. First, just wherever you are, just like this, just imagine, maybe imagine you were standing and the crown of your head is reaching up towards the ceiling. Okay, but now we're just in this lying down position. So maybe just imagine that the crown of your head is just leading you towards the wall that's behind you. And just get that kind of uplifting sensation. Maybe your gaze is upward. And just another added piece here, very simply, your right hand's probably reaching to the right side of the room. Maybe you reach behind your head. Okay, again, reaching through your fingertips in the same direction as the crown of your head towards the wall behind you. And again, maybe imagine you were standing and you were reaching for the ceiling, the sky. And see if that changes the sensation of the twist here as well. Take 3 more breaths. And after your 3rd breath, you can just soften the body. Come back to center, bring both knees up. Hold center here so you can realign, especially through the spine. Take a couple of breaths. You can do the same thing on the other side when you're ready. So we'll take the knees slowly out over to the right side, extending left arm to the left. You can hold just like this. This is fine for the duration. You can add to that uplifting component. Just imagine there's an energy moving through the very top of your head, moving to the wall behind you. But even imagine you were standing and you're being lifted towards the sky. And then your left arm wants to do the same, it just wants to reach up. So we've been moving through some uplifting postures with our bodies, our breath, our gaze. Two more breaths here. Soften. Let's bring the knees back to center, a little hug, realign. Now from here, just check in with your body to see if you need to move into any other pose, either a pose that we've already done together or that you've done already, or something new. Go ahead and move into those postures, but if you feel complete, go ahead and extend your legs out onto the floor, arms down by your side, and just relax here in Shavasana. You might even inhale just to fill yourself up, good energy in the body, and exhale, melt, release. Feel free to keep your eyes open, gazing past the ceiling, past the sky, into the beyond. You can do the same by closing your eyes and go deep within. Our nice flowing practice, the lightness, feeling the grace and lightness in your own body, moving from pose to pose. Carry that sensation with you in this meditative state of mind and body. Feel free to stay here as long as you need to, even as I end the practice. If you find a wonderfully comfortable space of mind and body and you want to stay here for a little longer, please do so. This is your practice. Maybe you're noticing the long, steady flow of the breath. Ujjayi breathing. Victorious breath, but also calming, uplifting. Now again, you're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. No need to move. And when you feel it is time to move, start with breath. Just slow, deep breaths. Ujjayi breathing. 5 deep breaths. Inhale to feel the breath rising to fill up your lungs. With the exhale, you don't need to engage necessarily, but just melt and relax. And as you're breathing, sending life, new life into your body, feel movement gently return to your body. Then sometime after 5th breath, it doesn't have to be right after that 5th breath, just when you feel like there's movement in your body, enough where you can slowly and carefully roll onto either side, just rolling into a nurturing pose. You can stay here for a couple of breaths. And continue to move in slow motion. Just press, slowly lift, so you can come to a seated position. Take your time. You might sit up nice and tall, perhaps with crossed legs, nice lengthened spine, long neck. Arms and shoulders relax down by your side. Your hands can just rest in your lap or on your legs. Find a nice uplifting breath. And then one more simple movement together. Inhale, take the arms out and up and look up. Bring the palms together as you exhale and bring hands down to your heart center. And return to stillness, return to your breath. And as we come to the close of our practice together, we bow saying, Namaste.